Welcome to Fragmented Pixels. I'm going to cover the PlayStation 2's console and visual design. If you're interested in this stuff, be sure to share and subscribe. But before we get into the design of the console, we have to give props to Atari because the console's sleek design was actually inspired by Atari's scrapped PC prototype of the Falcon 030 or 040 microbox. It's also referenced as an influence in Sony's patent of the PS2. Years later, Atari would file for bankruptcy, and the design patents were actually purchased by Sony in order to design the console, which you can clearly see here. They actually scrapped this design in order to make way for resources for the Atari Jaguar, which unfortunately was not a success. When the console was unveiled in 1999, it certainly had many people intrigued. Its visual design was very angular, yet sleek and bold. It was a black console mainly, but it had blue accents. It would also be the last time you would see the PS logo with its beautiful colours, instead opting for white in future consoles. It looked rather futuristic and certainly was the future of video games, and in many ways it was. The console's design referenced space, planet Earth and otherworldliness, something that was intentional in its design, especially when it comes to its UI, which only expands upon this outer space aesthetic. The console was designed by Teiju Koto, who is Sony's former chief art director of Sony's Creative Center and the company's highest profile designer at the time. In regards to PlayStation though, he previously designed the first PlayStation console, its classic controller, and the questionable PS3 design. In Teiju Koto's words, PlayStation 2's real-time graphics have no limitations. That's why I chose the color black, as it represents the infinity of the universe. The blue represents the intelligence and life spouting up. He was also quoted saying in 1999 that he chose the color scheme to represent the blueness of the earth by the blackness of outer space. And come to think of it, the PS2 does have that feel. These colors have interesting connotations, with black also referencing power, elegance and mystery, something that the PS2 certainly had back then. Blue is also a colour associated with connectivity, calmness and high tech. The console pretty much referenced science fiction and its futuristic elements. Undoubtedly, the PlayStation 2's design is an ushering of a new era. To be fair, this was 1999 going into the 2000s. It was an era of fear, curiosity and optimism, and that same optimism ignited the design of this console. It does have a rather brutalist element. It's very functional, it's very angular, and there are no curves or blobjects. But what we do have is a console that is straight to the point, simple, minimal, and accentuates the fact that it's not a toy, but an entertainment system. We can all thank the PS2's amazing design to Teiju Koto, Atari, and of course the talent that was at Sony back then. It's one iconic piece of design, it's great design, and it's lasted through generations. This console, in my opinion, was one of the more visually stunning ones in the 6th generation of consoles and in video game console history. And that was my overview on the PS2's visual design. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video.